Good afternoon. We'd like to welcome you and thank you for attending the 2022 football banquet. This day gives us the opportunity to celebrate these young men and the work they did to carry on the tradition of our program. While this season had many ups and downs, this team continued to focus on the goals that they set at the beginning of the year. They came up one game short of a region championship, and we're so proud of them. They picked up right where the last year's team left off and raised the bar to another level and set the expectations for the many teams to come that follow them. While we appreciate the effort and commitment of our team, anybody that's been around a successful program understand that it takes more than the players and the coaches. It takes everybody, and that's what makes this place so special, is that it's community, it's the administration, it's the quarterback club, it's just the people of Dalton that really help playing football for the Dalton High School Catamounts really special. And for that, we want to thank you. So I'll take this time, I'll introduce Andy Johnson as the quarterback club president. And as we do, I'm going to present him with a couple of things that he gets. Andy, as a first-year quarterback club president, I think you did a heck of a job. You'd have never done it without Madam President, but you know what? You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Man, what a year. What a year. I want to start out by welcoming everybody. If you'll give me a minute to get my stuff in a row in line here. Start out by, welcoming everybody. The quarterback club thanks everybody in here, including you guys. It's an honor to be able to do this, to be able to represent our school, to be able to represent our team and our coaches. It's been a fun ride, guys, and you made it that way. Thank you for that. First of all, we just need to stand up and give everybody a big round of applause. You guys, our coaches, our wives, our fans, just everybody, because it's been a heck of a year. Thanks to all the sponsors, way too many sponsors to try to name one by one here. They're all on our website. Everybody knows where to go for that. Brandon, thank you for all you do. You've been incredible this year. Mr. Phelan, I did say, thank you very much for what you do. You've been great. Last but not least, Jason and Shanda. Man, a Friday night would not run without you guys. It would not run without you. You never ask for anything, you just do it. And we show up and it's all done. Everything's perfect. Hats off to you guys. Thank you so much. But most importantly, the moms in this room. The moms are the ones that make y'all work. They're the ones that make all this go around with the dinners, just everything that they do, and it's done perfectly. Thank you, moms. Thank you very much. Y'all are the ones that make this go around. Starting out with the special awards, the Kelly McCutcheon Award is truly a special award. It's about one thing, and that's serving other people. That's forgetting about yourself. That's totally serving other people. I couldn't think of a better guy to give this award to this year for 30 years of service and really just loving doing it. Being with you guys on Friday nights. Everybody hears him, but nobody sees what he actually does and how he prepares for a game. It truly is a lot that he does and does not ask for anything. Rick Zizek is a great man. He's been a great part of our community. He was around when I played. He's been a part of this community for a long time. We'd like to honor him with the Kelly McCutcheon Award and also do something that I don't know that's ever been done before. We also want to honor him with a red blazer. If anybody deserves it, it's that man right there. So, Rick Zizek, you're the Kelly McCutcheon. You got me, Rick.
All right. I have the honor of giving out the Bryce Joyce Award Joyce was a 1991 graduate of Dalton High School. After he graduated, he continued to support the Catamounts in a lot of different ways. This award was created to recognize and honor a current player who works hard, is dependable, trustworthy, serves others, and above all, loves his teammates. This player has battled through injuries throughout his career here. He's played several different positions this summer and throughout our off-season program. We had to hold him back because he kept trying to do things, and I was worried he was going to get hurt. But no matter what it was, he was there every day working hard, getting ready for the season. This player is Austin Davis.
You know, today I have the privilege to give the Carter McCamey Scholarship. The McCamey family is kind enough to sponsor this scholarship every year. You know, before he passed away, Carter said, "I just want to live my life to glorify Christ. I want everything I do to be a testimony to God's faithfulness and gratefulness. Sometimes I don't even pray for the doctors. God is in control of them. I pray for the people that I come in contact with. I pray they come to know Christ by seeing Him in me." And his main concern with the outcome of his treatment was really seeing God glorified in it. This year's recipient is Parker McClurg. I also get the unique opportunity to present the George Farmer Underdog Scholarship Award. This award is as unique as Mr. Farmer. It was an award. It's an award given in George Farmer's memory by his daughter Samantha and her husband, Dr. Rick Fromm. Most awards recognize some sort of accomplishment or greatness by an individual, but not this award. Coach Farmer had an eye for the underdog, and this year's recipient would make Coach Farmer smile for sure. This year's recipient is Rockwez Washington. All right, just a few minutes. Ms. Hungerpiller will step up for the presentation of academic awards.
Good afternoon. I just want to first of all congratulate our team and our coaches on a fantastic season. It was so much fun to watch. And I just want to say thank you to the quarterback club and to all of our parents who worked so hard. And I know that Andy said this before, but I also want to give a big shout out to the moms who are here every Friday feeding the boys. It just takes a village to make this happen. So I just want to know how much the administrative team at Dalton High School appreciates all that our families and our community do to support this program, and just thank you because you guys just made us so proud this entire season. So good job. I'm excited also to be here today to recognize our student athletes for their academic achievement. So I would like to present awards to our seniors who have a 3.0 GPA or better. So guys, as I'll call your name, please come forward to receive your award. Luke Blanchard. Ethan Evans. Parker McClurg. Anderson Jackson. John Ridley. Warner Ross. Daniel Ramos. Jackson Blackwood.
Thank you.
Austin Davis. Tyson Greenwade. Kevin Murillo. And Hiro Jacobo. And now I would like to present the award for the player who has the highest GPA on the team, and that award goes to Luke Blanchard.
Today, I also have the opportunity to present the 4th annual Teresa Bennett Servant Leader Award. And it's an award that memorizes an irreplaceable wife, mother, sister, daughter, friend, teacher, and servant leader. Teresa was the wife of Coach Jim Bennett and the mother of former Catamounts Cole Bennett and Ethan Bennett. It's an award that serves as not only a recognition of the hard and selfless work Teresa performed daily, but more importantly, it reminds us of the very nature of Teresa. This year's recipient is to Jamie Johnson. You know, I know we continue to say this every year, but this year is especially true. You know, I really feel like we have the greatest staff, certainly in the state of Georgia, if not in the nation, and I'm really so thankful to be a part of it. So as I introduce you, just stand up and wave your hand there. Defensive line, James Johnson. Defensive line, Ethan Marlowe. Inside linebackers, Mark and Gabby Hefner. Defensive backs and strength and conditions, Corey and Sheba Harris. Defensive backs, Hunter Floyd and his fiancee, Mallory Smith. Outside linebackers, assistant head coach, head strength coach, Scott and Tiffany Thompson. Offensive coordinator and quarterbacks, Eric and Christine Long. Offensive line, Josh and Brittany Murphy. Offensive line, Dawson Oliver. Wide receivers and director of football operations, Adam and Jennifer Martinez. Tight ends and strength and condition and director of fashion and apparel, Cole and Elizabeth. Running backs, Matt and Hannah Harris. Snappers, Grant Sane. The head coach of the Hammond Creek Tigers, George and Militia Woods. And also with the Hammond Creek Tigers, Matthew Simpson. I'd also like to introduce our video staff, ball boys, water girl, and managers. And the video staff is Kelly Mashburn, Talia Moore, and Chelsea Soto Suarez. Everybody. All right. You take that. We'll have to come see me with the rest. All right. Our ball boys, water boys, and water girl. Briggs Bennett, Brax Bennett, O.C. Carpenter, Jack Martinez, Clayton Thompson, and Kane Woods. Dr. Jack, Clayton Thompson, thank you, sir. Brax, you know, our assistant athletic trainers, Brianna Chandler, Casey Mashburn, and Samaya Simpson. All right, as we get ready to recognize our player, Coach Long, you want to come up and talk about the offense?
A little offensive overview out in the season. I've said this every time we come up here. I'm not a huge stats person. In my opinion, if you score one more point than our team and win, that's all that matters, whether you gain 100 yards or 1,000 yards on the day. You know, most importantly, the team went to the Sweet 16 this year, and I'm very proud of that for you guys. Doing a great job for us and turned this program around, you know, since the time you guys played when you guys were freshmen on up. We did have 38 total touchdowns, over 3,600 yards, and we had one of my favorite stats is explosive plays. I think that really helps you win. We had 50 explosive plays this year, so I'm really proud about that with you guys, and that is a testament to you guys. The one thing I want to shout out is the people that don't get any love, and I try to give you guys love every time I'm up in public, but the offensive line, you know, they're the guys that nobody knows who you are, nobody knows what you do, but you guys run the ship, and you guys got to do it the right way, all 5 of you guys in the right direction. So the offensive line, you guys did a heck of a job all year long making the offense go, so I appreciate that. So offensively, you know, the thing we're most proud about is obviously getting to that Sweet 16 and getting us back in the playoffs. Now, as far as players go, I got to get to introduce quarterbacks. When I call your name, come on up for your plaque. I'm going to start youngest to oldest. First one is Asher. Did he leave yet? Is he still here? All right, come on up, Asher. Come on up, Asher Renfro. There you go, bud. Hold on 1 second. Stay right there. Turn around. All right. So Asher, I even have a special day for Asher, so because I teach him in two classes on A days. I don't even know, but so A days. So it's Asher Renfro Day in school when he's there all afternoon with me, with his bright smiling face and everything. It's a great time. But Asher did great for us this year, playing both freshman and JV games. Good future ahead of him. I forget sometimes he hasn't played in a little while, but I'm excited for Asher and his future as a Catamount. Ethan Long. Turn around. All right, Ethan did a really good job this year for us. Got to get a little bit of playing time and helped us get to the Sweet 16. I'm proud of him. It's a little bit different proud, obviously, being your kid. It's helpful that I can yell at him without any reservation since he is my child. But good job this year, and future's bright. The legend, Ledge Land, come on up. All right, turn around. All right, so you guys can tell. No, Ledge didn't shoot up for any practice or game for us, but he might have been the most important quarterback we had out there because every time Ledge was around, he made my mood get better. He made the players' moods get better. Just have him out there. And, I know he helped Coach Martinez throw at the receivers every once in a while, so Coach Martinez could, yell at him for throwing the ball and not get the right person or whatever it was. But Ledge did a great job for us, everything from taking attendance to flying the drone. What else did you do? Anything else? Holding on game days, right? So he did everything we could ask for, and we appreciate him. Good job, Ledge. Good job. All right, our senior Parker, come on up. Here, all right. Turn around there. All right, so Parker, since he was a freshman on up, he's probably one of the hardest working kids out there. Got better every single year. Did a really, really good job for us all season long. It didn't matter what his role was in the offense or whatever. He always wanted to help the team out, and we appreciate that. Did a really good job for us this year. Parker.
Good afternoon. My name is Adam Martinez. I'm the wide receiver coach. And so I have a unique group. They're unique in every different way you can think about. But we had a great year this year. We worked really, really hard and tried our best to get off the line and really help block and receive the ball as much as we could. And we have a great young group of young men coming up. We're going to start with Nash Smith. Nash, you come on up. Nash is a freshman. Nash, we pulled him up. We realized how fast he was. Nash confessed to me that he didn't like me the first time he met me. I said, join the club. He said I was too picky in my routes and too picky what we did, and I told him that's what makes us good. Good job. We expect a lot of things from Nash. Next freshman is Alden Woods. Alden does everything we ask him to do. Alden's going to work on his speed, and he does a great job, has great hands. Thank you, Alden. Next freshman is Adrian Frere. I don't think he's here tonight. We call him Quince. He always had Quince practice, never could make the football practice, so he's not here tonight. He's probably at Quince practice tonight anyway. The next one is Drew Brown. Drew's also not with us, but Drew also a ninth grader that's a good kid coming up. Jose Rangel, we always know where Jose is. He's not here tonight either. But Jose can karate chop a ball just like anybody else, better than anybody else. And probably of all the receiver group until Blanchard decided to cut his mullet was Sisler. Josh Sisler had a great mullet, and he's out there. He's a freshman as well. He's not here tonight. Going to our 10th graders, the one and only Kendricks London, if you would. Kendricks had big shoes to fill. Kendrick works harder than any other receiver we have. They're always asking questions, always want me to work out with them and stuff. So we appreciate you, Kendricks, and we expect big things out of you next year after you gain some weight and get faster. All right. My next guy is Drew Snyder. I don't know what it is, but every time Drew gets out there, that's what we do. Drew, congratulations. Awesome. I love Drew. Drew's a great worker, good attitude, can jump out the sky, does real well in what he does for us. Next one is new to us, Camden Whipple. Whipple helped us out on JV. He got better as the year went on, and his hands got a lot better, and he's learning the offense. Good job, Camden. My next 11th grader is RJ Story. RJ can be as good as RJ wants to be. He has great hands. He helped us out. They stole him from us and put us on defense. But I expect big things out of RJ next year. Good job, RJ. The next one is Luke Blanchard. So every day is an adventure when you coach Luke Blanchard. And he has a great smile, great attitude, does everything I want, is a super fast kid, and we'll talk about him later on. He also was first team all-region, and so Luke had a great year this year. Last but not least, Warner Ross. You don't have one without the other. Warner was second team all-region. Appreciate it. They made practice interesting every day. They got chewed out. They chewed on me. They picked on me, and I'm going to miss you guys, really. That's our wide receivers. Thank you.
So next we have the running backs, and I had the great honor to coach this group. We'll start with the only sophomore we had, Sagan. I think I saw, yeah. So Sagan Morgan, come on up. So stay up here for a second. So Sagan, we were real high on Sagan from last year because of what he did for our defense, running the scout team as a freshman. Super hard-nosed runner, very tough. And we got some more of that this year, and we're really excited to see him step into a varsity role next year. So I'm glad to have you back, Sagan. So the next two are juniors, and it's kind of hard to talk about one without the other one, but I'm going to try. So first up, we have David Rivas. Come on up. Is Leon here? I've got to talk about him at the same time. Okay, I don't think Leon's here. So David, this was his first year coming out to play football, and he worked hard. You can't deny the fact that he was out there working every day. Him and Leon would be on the field about 1 o'clock, and at the beginning of the year, they were working out together. And then over the course of the year, they kind of created this rivalry. And so then they started on separate ends of the field, kind of yelling at each other. One of them would watch the other one, and if they were doing a cone drill, they'd set up a cone drill, they'd start doing it, and they just started kind of one-upping each other. And it was excellent to watch, and I'm glad to have you back next year. Congratulations. All right, so last but definitely not least, senior running back Tyson Greenwade, come on up. So we all were lucky enough to watch Tyson this year. He was a great running back before, but this year he really had a breakout year. His watching him play kind of speaks for himself. So glad to have been able to coach you, and not only were you a great running back, you set some goals and you strive for those goals, but along the way you also earned Region 7 5A Player of the Year honors, and we're excited to have you there too. Congratulations.
Unfortunately, I have the smallest group, not because it was small. I had the best players, and when you have the best players or the best toys, they all get stolen, right? So I'm not going to get to talk about everyone that I coached this year, just two, but no, the other ones are near and dear in my heart. All right, so first up, Bannon Phelan. Bannon finished the year as our #1 tight end and was by far the most versatile member of the group. His ability to be both a traditional box tight end and an H-back fullback allowed us to really do a lot with him on the field. As we move forward to his senior season, the expectations are extremely high for Bannon, and I think he understands and expects this. I and the rest of the offensive coaches look forward to pushing and testing his abilities to play in and out of the box with the right dedication and a good 40 time. Bannon and Jeff Son, who I'm going to talk about here in just a second, can be the next college tight ends to be signed out of Dalton High School. Bannon Phelan. Next up, Jeff Son Locke. Jeff Son was the newest and largest member of our group, and Jeff Son came to us this summer and immediately fit right in. His large frame, incredible work ethic, physical play, and his sophisticated sense of humor really helped balance out and improve the group when you have Blackwood in it, okay? Jeff Son, as I just mentioned, brought a whole new level of physical play to our group, and it's something that doesn't go unnoticed by myself and the other coaches. We actually had to have several conversations about how we can legally throw people to the ground without getting penalties. In the coming years, I expect Jeff Son to continue to become more and more dominant in the line of scrimmage and also become a real threat in our passing game. Jeff Son Locke.
So to start off, offensive line is great. As a first-year coach, it's great to be here. Love these guys. First off, Ethan Dempsey. Ethan's a great kid. He comes to practice. He works hard. Doesn't say a lot, but he works hard. That's all we can ask for. Next is Weston Sumner. Wes does the same thing. Comes to practice. Works hard. Really bright future with this freshman group. We expect Wes and Ethan to really step it up, and we expect great things out of them. Next, Eric Freyer. Eric filled a role for us as a tackle towards the end of the season. Got hurt, but we expect him to come back and do great things. Next is Adrian Garcia. Works. Can't say enough about him, how hard he works and how just excited he is to be at practice, and bugged me with the next one in line, Amir Garcia. Amir played a lot for us on varsity for D-line, but worked a lot real hard with us on our end and offensive line. Next would be Cesar. Cesar here? Big Cesar. Cesar worked hard, gave me a hard time, but it's appreciated because I know he works hard for us. Next would be Devon Slaughter. Comes to practice, works hard. Yes sir, no sir kid. Listens. You can't ask for a better player.
All right. Good evening. I'm Coach Martin. I'm going to introduce the other half of the offensive line. So we have a big group. That's why we got two coaches. So first one is Peyton Starling, 10th grader. So Peyton he played a good bit last year. He started for us every game this year. He actually also earned second team all-region honors as a 10th grader. So we're looking forward to having him back for 2 more years. He's the youngest of the group that really played a ton on the varsity level, but he's a great young man, works hard. Just looking forward to seeing where he gets to over the next 2 years, because he's got 2 more years to put in a lot of work. Next up is Michael Wynn. So Mikey started for us every game this year, and he worked very hard, gave it his all. Obviously, he had a little bit of a disadvantage height-wise, but he made up for it. No, listen. He made up for it with his work ethic. Again, it's actually pretty impressive to see someone like him go out there and really dominate people across from him that are bigger than him. A lot of people don't do that and don't have the ability to do that. They see someone bigger and they're like, man, he's bigger than me. I can't block him or I can't beat him. Michael doesn't have that. He doesn't care who he lines up against. He's going to keep fighting. And he's only 11th grader, so he's coming back for a strong senior year. And I'm looking forward to coaching him again next year. Michael Wynn. All right, next up is Riley Souther. All right, so Riley came back. And again, this is my first year here also, but he came back off of an injury his 10th grade year and really had a great season for us. Not only working back off of a really bad injury, but he also never slowed down. Like, we had to slow him down. He doesn't really understand that his body is going to wear out, so we had to kind of work with him with that because he always wants to give more and more effort and work harder and harder and harder and keeps pushing himself. So again, he's going to be back another year. Looking forward to seeing him wrestle and have a great offseason and have a great senior campaign. Riley Southern. All right, another junior, Striker Woods. And Striker played guard for us, but he really was the guy that we moved around to a lot of positions. Made him play some center at practice a lot, tackle. Very valuable asset to our team and to the offensive line group. And another junior wrestling, and looking forward to seeing him have a great senior year. All right, I kind of want to do these next three a little different. So we have 3 seniors in this huge group. We had 22 offensive line total, and really some of the defense line also played offensive line. So I want to call up Kevin Murillo, Daniel Ramos, and John Ridley, and have y'all just stand up here for a second. All right, so again, Kevin's over here on the right. Kevin's a great young man. I really enjoy getting to know him this year. I love his attitude because no matter what we asked him to do, he did it. And he was one of those guys that always asked, Coach, let me get in, let me go do this, let me do this, I want to do this. And he never stopped asking, which means he really loves the game of football and he really loves this program. So I very much enjoyed working with Kevin this year. Daniel here was kind of a transition to offense line this year. He played some linebacker, defense line, offense line, kind of played a lot of things for us on this football team. Daniel's another one that does anything we ask him to do. Yes, sir, no, sir, works really hard. I'm really going to miss these two, along with John Ridley here on the far left. John started for us majority of the season, had an unfortunate injury late in the season, but John really led this entire group, all these guys we talked about this year with his leadership and his work ethic, and John really encompasses everything that it means to be a Catamount in my eyes. Really was happy with these 3 seniors because they welcomed me and Coach Oliver into this program and kind of showed us the ways of how the Catamount way is and how things are done here at Dalton. So I'm very appreciative of these seniors, and I'm going to miss you guys a lot.
And that rounds out our 22 offensive side of the ball. Defensively, while there's always room for improvement, we're really proud of the effort these men put in game after game, practice after practice, and played with their heart play after play. You know, I'm really happy that these men enjoyed the fruits of their labor in the first round of the playoffs. You know, they practiced hard, they stayed focused, and it was well worth it when they executed the way they're supposed to be. But as always, good defense starts with the defensive line. Coach Johnson.
As Coach said, I'm Coach Johnson. I'll be talking about the freshman and sophomore defensive line. The first 3 young men I need up here is Preston Cox, Jeffrey Gordon, and Jaden Poteet. Preston played defensive end for us this year. Did a great job at that position. He was a great leader on and off the field, and excited to see what he's going to achieve for us in the future. Jeffrey also played defensive end for us this year. Jeffrey was a very selfless player, did anything and everything that we asked him to do. Don't remember him missing a single practice. He was always there doing whatever he could do for us. He did a great job for us this year. Lastly, Jaden Poteet. Jaden is another young man that played defensive line for us this year. Played defensive end as well, some nose tackle, some nose guard. Regardless of the position, he gave us a great effort and did a great job for us. Preston Cox, Jeffrey Gordon, Jason Poteet. My next 2 guys are sophomore defensive linemen, Victor Hernandez and Francisco Ortiz. Like some of our other guys, wherever you see one of these guys, you will always see the other ones. They're always together. Victor mainly played nose guard for us this year. As the year went on, Victor really improved, did a great job for us on the defensive line. Francisco also played defensive line for us, mainly played tackle, him on one side, Victor on the other. He also improved a lot as the year went on. Can't wait to see what these guys can do for us in the future. Now I'm going to turn it over to Coach Marlowe.
All right, so I've got the senior defensive linemen. They're a fun group. All of them were a fun group to coach. Some of the coaches already talked about them. Coach Cole said we stole, but I thought we shared them. But apparently that he didn't think so. The first one we have is Jackson Blackwood. So I had the opportunity to coach Jackson at running back, and as you can tell, he moved to defensive line by the end of his career. Really, we got to camp and had some injuries happen, and we're really needing a nose. And I talked to Coach Carpenter, and it's a move that we thought would benefit the defense, and really he ended up starting nose for us every game that he wasn't concussed. So great job, Jackson. The next one is Austin Davis. So I've already talked about Stick. I don't really know him as Austin. It was kind of weird calling him Austin, but he's a very hard worker. As I said, he came back from an injury. Really valuable player for us on defensive line. We did steal him from the outside linebacker group, but that kind of happened last year. But he played both outside linebacker and defensive end for us. Played some inside at times too, but really good worker and a violent hitter. He really hit people and had a lot of sacks and had a pick six against Lasher, which was really cool. So great job, Stu. Adrian Hernandez. Adrian's a very good worker as well. That's really all these guys. He battled through injuries and sickness through his career here. He did a good job of scout team and even giving us a great look in individual and played a lot of JV as a junior. But this year he did a lot of good things on scout team as well, and he's going to be successful with all of the hard work he showed as a football player here at Dalton High School. Great job, Adrian. Is it Ricky, Bobby, Anderson, Ajax? Anderson Jackson. So I guess this is a guy we stole. Anderson was a starter at tight end his sophomore year, and then last year he kind of transitioned and played both, and then this year he started defensive end, I think, every game for us. He battled every game, even though he was undersized compared to some of the teams we played, but he fought his guts out and played both ways a lot through his career here, played special teams and did everything we asked of him. Great job, Anderson. Christian Vargas. So it's been a while since I've seen Christian. I had him in class a couple years ago and found out he actually was a really smart young man and worked hard when I got onto him because he was very lazy during the COVID year. This offseason we worked and really was looking to have a great senior year, had a great spring, but in the second half of the Pickens game, he tackled a kid on a jet sweep, and the next play, they ran the same thing. The kid saw him coming. He juked him out, and he went down. And unfortunately, that was the end of his career. But people don't know about Vargas is during the spring, he was waking up early, coming to workouts. He would go to school, and then he would go to practice, and then he would go to work all night long and then wake up in the morning and do it all over again. People don't really realize that. He was such a hard worker and never complained, had great grades, I think all A's, maybe some B's, but really took care of business. If he keeps doing that, he's going to be very successful in life. Great job. And that's the defensive line.
All right, I'm Coach Hefner, inside linebackers coach. I'd like to start by recognizing our three freshmen. If I can have River Grady, Charles Chappell, and Alan Hernandez to come on down. So I'll talk about River first. River's a strong physical player that really wants to have a meaningful role on our defense. An important quality that River has is he's looking to improve. He's willing to work. He's not afraid to ask the questions. He's not afraid to be vocal. And when he doesn't understand, he's quick to seek clarification. Looking forward to seeing him mature and grow as a player. River Grady. Charles Chappell. I started coaching Charles in the spring of his 6th grade year as a former middle school coach, and since then I've seen him get stronger, faster. He's grown. The one thing that's always been impressive about Charles is that he has a really high football IQ. He asks the right questions. He transfers the schemes into his play and the drill work into his play. He's not afraid to speak up. And hopefully I can see Charles being a captain one day for this team in the future. Charles Chappell. Alan Hernandez. Alan went from being on the defensive line to the inside linebacker this season. He kind of bounced back and forth. Alan is a wrestler by nature, and he has very strong hands and quick feet. And those are great qualities to have on the football field. He's a very tough player. He causes problems because of the quickness, especially with your offensive linemen. He shows up, works hard every single day. He captured our attention this season through that hard work that he put in practice. We're excited to watch him grow and develop going forward. Alan Hernandez. All right, we have 2 sophomores here today, Nat Gwynn and Caleb Staten. You guys will come on down. So I'll start with Nat. He's reliable. He always shows up. He never complained about anything, no matter how hot it was, the conditions, the drill work. He just did his best, tried his best at all times. He's always shown nothing but good character, no matter the situation. But more importantly, Nat is the player that everyone wants to see succeed. Nat Gwynn. Caleb Staten. His roles changed as the season went on. He began as a sophomore and ended up as a starter in many of our games towards the end of the season. He's a tough kid. He likes a challenge. It's very difficult to block because of his natural speed that he has, that he brings to the game. Very excited for him to see, again, as we move forward, watching him grow and mature as a player. So Caleb Staten.
I'll talk about our older linebackers, Alex Pimentel. Alex did a great job, had a great spring last spring, and that continued on through the summer. He had a good year with us. We've transitioned him to a couple of different spots because there's a meaningful place for him to play for us. As long as he has a good summer, he'll be in good shape. Yahir Sosa. Same thing with Yahir, had a great spring, had a good summer. Had a nasty little injury towards the end of the spring practice that kind of got him to a late start, but he continued to work, and I expect big things out of him in the fall. Our only senior is Rockwez Washington. I couldn't be more proud of Rockwez. Couldn't be more proud of Rockwez and what he developed into. Watching him as a freshman is quite funny. But he turned in to be a very, very valuable player for us, and he did a great job with his attitude and effort and gave absolutely everything he had all times. I'm really proud of him. Rockwez Washington.
My name's Scott Thompson. I'm the strength coach, and I'm also the outside linebacker coach. What I would first like to talk about is our off-season. This senior class, they had to deal with a lot. I think it helped us in the long run and some things we had to do. But if you think about their summer last year, we had to move because of construction. We had to move to the junior high. We moved our equipment. They handled it with class. We got over there. We got done what we needed to get done. Just like in life, things don't go as planned, so you got to adjust. It helped us throughout the season. The year before that, we were getting a new weight room. We were so happy to get the new weight room from what our administration and our school board helped us get down there. But we had to move that stuff out of the weight room halfway through, and we worked out of the turf room. And then the next year before that, which they were between their freshman and sophomore year, we had COVID. Okay, and COVID, thank goodness we got to work out, but we got to work out in groups of 20, which also helped us. But they have been through the ringer in an off-season program. But everything we have asked them to do, they came with hard work and worked and worked and worked in every facet that we've asked them to do. And I applaud you. Moving on to the outside linebackers. Did Zachary show up? Did Zachary show up? No, Zachary didn't show up. The next one, he was our only 9th grader. Then we're going to move on to Holden Horn, 10th grader. Holden. Stay right here. Holden, I hope I get to keep him. With his size, he's going to be taller. He's going to get bigger. I think there's an opportunity for him to help at defensive end. I also think at the tight end in some spots. He did everything right. He knew what to do. He was coachable. He showed up every day and worked his tail off, and I'm very proud of him. Thank you. Did Avery House show up? No. Okay. The next one, the next 10th grader is Denzel Washington, please. Vasquez, sorry.
You look like Denzel Washington.
I'm a little bit. Okay. I'm a little dyslexic in a lot of different ways from the headbutts y'all get and everything like that. But Denzel is quiet. He's humble. But one thing that you'll see when you see him out there in number 36 is his hard work. He started off on JV. He started out on scout team helping, and through his hard work and some things happening, he started for us, I think, the last 4 or 5 games. Technically, he is probably the best technically sound outside linebacker we have. He hits with the right shoulder. He does everything right. He just works his butt off, and I'm very proud of him. Thank you. Bo Stout. As you can see Bo's getting bigger, stronger. He works hard. He's there every day. Had a very unique injury that you don't see much in football. As a matter of fact, I've never even heard of it. But he had to have Tommy John surgery. Basically, he totally destroyed that ligament with a hit in a JV game. He's one of those also like Denzel that he goes out there every day and does his job to the best of his ability. It's going to be a while getting that elbow right. There's almost a year-long process with that, but we're going to do everything the doctor tells us to get him prepared to help us next year. Bo Stout. Our last 11th grader is Angel Hernandez. It's taken me about 3 years to figure him out. Very unique young man. You've got, with Adriel, you have to earn his trust, like anybody. But Adriel had, and I talked to Coach Harris about this, he wouldn't let me in. He just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. He wouldn't let me in. But we kind of had a breakthrough. And by doing that, his athletic ability took over. This young man was our leading tackler for the team this year. In my personal opinion, he would be one of the top 3 defensive players on the team. He had 120 tackles. He had 8 pass breakups. He had 4 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. He had 2 fumble recoveries. Really hurt us in the last game not having him. There's certain things that he didn't realize I was doing. He never complains. He never complains, and when he does, something's wrong. But simply ask him to go pick something up for me. I could see him wincing when he gets down. Most people, when you do that, they kind of forget about what's going on, and they can pick it up. So you can kind of see. But you could tell that he was in major, major pain going into that last week after a great game he had against Loganville. Hurt us not having him, but he went out and tried his best to go during warm-ups and just couldn't do it. He is going to be the leader of our defense next year. He's going to be the leader in the weight room. I'm going to ask a lot of him. Angel Hernandez. Jairo Jacobo. Did he show up? I'm going to talk about Jairo for the simple reason he's our only senior. But Jairo Jacobo, young man, you don't understand. You didn't see him a lot at practice, and you didn't see him a lot in some of the games. There are some major things going on in his life that he needs prayer. He needs prayer, and he needs help. Some things came up, and we talked about it, but all he cared about, Coach Carpenter knows the situation, all he wanted to do was be a part of the team and wear the red jacket, and when he had a chance, when he wasn't working to help his family, he wanted to dress. That's all he cared about. That's all he cared about. Talking about a servant leader. Love him to death. Love him to death. Going to miss him very much, but high road, Jacobo.
My name is Hunter Floyd. I'm going to introduce our freshman, sophomore DBs. We're actually missing quite a few, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to our 10th graders. First up is Iyasu Evans. With Iyasu, every day there was something funny. Every day. He was the clown in our group, and he's a great guy that makes practice so much more fun, especially towards the 10th and 11th week of the season. He has had excellent progress in the last 2 years and is constantly asking questions. There's days where you have a bad day as a teacher or anybody, you have bad days, and he's one of the guys that just steps up and makes it a whole lot better. So that's Iyasu. Next up is Brady Haynes. Brady is a guy that is always making improvements and is always asking questions to Corey and I. There's never a day that he comes to our group and doesn't ask questions. He's always asking questions, which is a good thing. It's what you want. He's always positive. I don't think I've ever heard him say anything negative. He has a great work ethic on and off the field, and he's going to be an asset for our team in the next 2 years. So, Brady Haynes.
All right, I get the honor of doing my juniors and seniors, so I'm going to call my two juniors together, Bubba Tanner and Andy Antaganda. All right, these two young men, y'all stand up in the front. These two young men are very special athletes. If I can get them to be very special in the classroom, then we'll have a total player. They're very, very talented. They both had outstanding years, and I'm looking forward to them coming back. Both guys also was second team all-region defense, so that tells you their talent level, and we look forward to having them back, being leaders in the weight room as well as the classroom, okay, which we got to talk about, but Bubba and Andy. My two seniors, Ethan Evans and Asar Tanner. And I'll keep it brief because I'll have to talk about them again later, but both of these guys are outstanding young men. They're seniors. They both will be truly missed. For me, having the opportunity to coach them has been a wonderful experience, and both of these guys are going to go on and do great things. Ethan Evans and Asad Tanner.
My name's Coach Woods. I'm the Hammond Creek Middle School football coach, but I've also had the honor for the last 2 years to work with Coach Carpenter and his staff on Friday nights, and gained a ton of knowledge, and appreciate the opportunity. I want to say something about our seniors real quick. I've watched you guys grow up through the football fields as little kids, and y'all guys really made a tremendous contribution to our program. I mean, you got us back, guys. You should be commended. We're going to talk about our kickers. Manny Munoz, can you come up, please? So, Coach Sane and I would switch time working with the kickers, and he would work with the snappers and the punters as well. And it come to light that Manny really wanted to be a part of the program. He really wanted to get better, and he really just kind of wanted to show up and outwork everybody, just like today. I think he's got tremendous upside. I kicked in college, and I've seen a lot of attributes, work ethic. He gets upset when he misses a kick. He paid attention to the drills. Obviously, looking at me, probably thought I could never kick a ball, but that's okay. I can. And we worked on a few drills, and Coach Sane worked on some drills with him and got him some confidence, and he actually made the varsity by the end of the season, and we were actually ready to use him in crucial parts of the game. to help us win a game, which is tremendous. He's a freshman. He's got a big upside. We've got big plans for him, for his commitment. We're going to reward him, and we'll talk privately about that and get him some camps and some things he needs to do to be a better player for us. Manny Munoz.
You know, as we move into the presentation of individual awards, it's important to understand that these awards are either voted on by their teammates or were voted on by the coaching staff. I got the opportunity to present the captains. You know, any good team, whether in sports or in the business world, success depends on the leadership, and our team's captains filled that role perfectly. Assad Tanner, Warner Ross, Tyson Greenwade, and Austin Davis.
I get the great privilege of giving the leadership award. This young man, from the beginning of the year, we had at the banquet, I remember, beginning of the year, the spring, and I told this young man, we had an obvious conversation. I said, you went from a guy who we wanted to find a way to get off the field, tried to find a way to get him off the field, to a guy that we couldn't afford not to play. He was an example of leadership. I tell you, without this young man, my group won't be not the same. And I think me and Coach Carpenter found it out a lot of times when he got hurt that we was not the same group when he was not on the field. His communications, the things he brings to the game are so beyond, so important that, you know, and it'll truly be missed. This young man gonna go on and do bright things. I know he's hoping to avoid the military school, but I think he has a bright future in that because his #1 quality is leadership. Leadership award goes to Ethan Evans.
All right, I have the opportunity to give out the Golden Helmet Sportsmanship Award. This player displayed great physical and mental toughness throughout the season. He was a very violent hitter and played to the whistle on every play. While doing this, he had great sportsmanship, and I don't think he had a single penalty all year. This award goes to Austin Davis. Now for the Erwin Mitchell Team Spirit Award. This is a young man that represents everything about a great team player. He played many different positions on both sides of the ball and even played special teams. When he battled through injuries this year, he did whatever we asked him to do. He's even known as the Reverend, Jackson Blackwood.
I'm here to talk about the Chuck Harris Positive Influence Award. The recipient of this award not only is an outstanding player and teammate, but leads others by example with the highest GPA, the quickest 40, first team all region. He's a goal-oriented person who sets his sights high and will give maximum effort to attain those goals and wears great ostrich boots. His positive attitude and work ethic is second to none. Always enjoyed coaching him and always brought a great thing to every day, a smile, and with a simple, hey. This year's 2022 Chuck Harris Positive Influence Award is none other than Luke Blanchard. Love ya.
All right, this young man, another one of my seniors that I'll be losing this year. This young man is probably one of the best athletes that I've ever had the privilege of coaching. He really has. He accepted the challenge this year. I tried to push him, and I think he even surprised himself with some of the things that he can bring to this game. He's definitely got a future in football if that's what he chooses to do. He's a very talented young man, on and off the field. Very outstanding young man. And this year's 2022 Defensive MVP, Assad Tanner.
So at the beginning of the year, Tyson's he set a goal to reach 2,000 yards, to be a rush for 2,000 yards, and Guys, 1,000 yards is a lot. So 2,000, that's a great year. And once he set that goal, everything he did after that was to reach that goal. And along the line, he earned, we've already said, he earned Player of the Year awards for our region. But not just that, he was one of the top backs, or the top back in 5A, and one of the top 2 or 3 in the entire state. So he's had an excellent year. We hate to see him go. We look forward to watching him on Saturdays. The 2022 Offensive MVP, Tyson Greenwade.
So I'm here to present the Jim Arnold Specialist Award of the Year. This young man is not here today. He's not feeling well, but he's very deserving. Won the cast game. He was really nervous. We had a few words and calmed him down, and he turned into a hero. He's a tremendous upside as a kicker. He's definitely got an opportunity to play at the next level. He's a good kid, and he really worked hard along with Manny, and that we're going to be really, really strong next year. Adrian Gongora.
I'm here to present the Coaches Award, the award voted by coaches themselves. The 2022 Coaches Award goes to a person who's the best teammate. The recipient exemplifies his hard work, accountability, tremendous effort. This person was not afraid to get in the teammates' grill, hype the team up, or get chewed out himself constantly. He is a true leader and does whatever he'll do, whatever endeavor he chooses. He's a second team all-region. And my guy that I always had to get on to, and he always got on to me, Warner Ross. Love you, buddy. Congratulations.
All right, this is the Dr. Conrad Easley Comeback Award. If you don't know who Dr. Easley is, there was a great article in the paper last week about him earning a Bronze Star for his service in Vietnam. He is a Dalton graduate and as well as a North Georgia graduate, and then became a medical doctor. He spent many years at Dalton High School on the sidelines and watching the football games as well as helping players battle through injuries. This award this year is to honor a kid that came back from injury. I've been talking about him a lot tonight. He had a knee injury last year as a junior. I think he moved to defensive line, played against Rome, and then went down and practiced with a knee injury, and then junior year was cut short, but then had a really, really big senior year, as we've talked about already. This is for Austin Davis.
Good thing you got a truck. It's a good thing you got a truck.
With that last award given out, that brings us probably the most exciting part of the program, the seasonal presentations.
My name's John Ridley, and my speech is going to be about Coach Martin and Coach Sane, long-snapping coach and offensive line coach. And I want to start off this speech by saying Coach Martin has been a great addition to the football coaching staff. He's always been supportive to me and my teammates and always kept us motivated. Coming into the program with a bunch of kids he's never met or seen before and having the courage and willpower to coach us to the best of our abilities shows that he really is a special coach. I still remember going out in the heat of the day and seeing Coach Martin motivate me and fire up the O-line all the time. When I was still practicing in one of those heat-ridden days, Coach Martin came up to me and told me that I was the best O-lineman he's ever coached. Thanks, Coach Martin. All jokes aside, he really has been a strong and motivating factor to the offensive line and even to the team as a whole. I'm proud to say that I was coached by him and will continue to take my lessons I learned along with me throughout my life and use it to strive to be better. And Coach Sane, you've been the most consistent, upbeat coach I know. You stuck with me and coached me in long snapping for 4 years, and I couldn't ask for a better teacher. You corrected my mistakes time and time again and always brought the fun on the field, even when it's the most boring and mundane practice day. I've always looked forward to long snapping because of you and created a strong friendship throughout it. I'm glad to say I've been coached by you, and I'm proud to say I've always celebrate on how reliable and fun you are.
Okay, so I got lucky
to get the privilege to say a few nice things about my experience with Coach Cole. He's sitting right over here, and he loves when he has everybody's attention, so please give him your undivided. He's one of the weight training coaches, so I was around him every morning of school and summer workouts, and for 3/4 of my football career till I got kicked out my last year and had to play defense, which was fair because I couldn't catch a football, or as he says, receive the precious. Coach Cole was always fun to be around, whether he was making fun of me working out, talking about Liver King, or grading my performance using a tier chart of Mountain Dew. If I learned one thing from Coach Cole, it is that it is okay to be a little weird. In all seriousness, I had a great experience with Dalton football, and it was an honor having a great mentor and coach along the way. So I wanted to say thank you for putting up with me and the Squirps these past years.
So I also have the privilege of talking about the mountain of a man, Coach Cole, built like an F-250. All right. You know, Coach Cole really made working out in the morning, you know, you're sore, you're tired, sometimes you don't want to be there, but, you know, him, you know, walking in the weight room just really telling you some horrific joke about something like just some dad joke really just makes your day bright. You know, whenever Coach Thompson was off, you know, ripping someone a new one, he would lead us in some weird ritual of stretching, and followed up by some sort of game that was completely unnecessary at 7 in the morning. Whether it was talking about blocking or pass routes or how bad the last episode of Halo was, you always found a way to make me smile but also get your point across. Your serious side was pretty legit too, but we won't talk about that. It is truly an honor to have such a high-caliber athlete turned coach on this staff, but it's an even bigger honor for him to bond with you almost like an older brother that loves you and simultaneously hates you. Long story short, love you, Coach Cole. Long live the Squirps.
All right, I'm going to be talking about Coach Carpenter and Coach Woods. I'm going to start off with Coach Woods, a.k.a. Alien Hands. He's got a poker that will shank you. Coach Wood plays as big of an impact on this coaching staff as any other coach. Many of our seniors have had the pleasure of having him coach us in our Dalton Cats program. He coordinates all the 7-on-7 tournaments and 7-on-7 Friday Night Lights. The development he does with us growing up as a player and as a person, there's not enough you can say about how important it is. Thank you, Coach Woods. Like Coach Carpenter's speeches, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. When Coach Carpenter first took the job, I think everybody was curious to what changes were going to be coming to the program. The first thing Coach Carpenter did was hang the definition of discipline in every locker and all over the weight room. Our team being disciplined would help lead us to success this season. Thank you.
All right, so I have the privilege to talk about the old man on the team, Coach Thompson. With this old age comes many years of wisdom, although last year at FCA he fell for it and believed that Brock and I were asleep and we got to keep our phones all night. In regards to this one incident, I am extremely thankful for the valuable lessons you have taught us that will follow us for the rest of our lives. You have taught us this blue-collar mentality to never give up and always show up ready to work. On behalf of the seniors and everyone here, we thank you for everything you have done for this community, this school, and this program. Thank you, Coach, for teaching us lifelong lessons and how to be men of character. We love you.
All right, so I get to talk about Coach Marlowe, defensive line coach. I just want to say thank you for believing in all of the D-line, even though most of us were undersized. I just want to say you're a great coach, whether that's by helping us off the field or on the field and trying to make us better players in every way. So thank you for being our coach.
I have the honor of speaking about our trainer, Coach Poff. I'm here to give thanks to Coach Poff for putting us back together and treating our cuts and bruises. I think I speak for all of us for thanking him for being our trainer and healing us.
I'm gonna be talking about Coach Carpenter, one of the best coaches here. He knew how to make everybody smile, make everybody laugh, anything. If I was upset about anything, he knew how to calm me down. Let's see. If I messed up on the field, he knew how to chew me out and make me go knock someone's head off. And all around a great coach, it made everybody better. And if anyone got in a fight, he let them fight.
I have the honor of speaking about Coach Long. One thing I've learned about Coach Long is he's a great leader. A great leader inspires confidence in other people and moves them to action. This is exactly how Coach Long has been for me and my teammates over the last 4 years. As many times as I have been yelled at by Coach Long, I've been brought up and encouraged by him even more. By him doing this, it has never been a struggle to be one of his followers on and off the field. No matter how a game was going, Coach Long always came into the locker room at halftime and told us exactly how we were going to put more points on the board and how we were going to win. Something I can't thank Coach Long enough for is the amount of confidence he always had in me and Luke. No matter who our matchup was, Coach Long always made it known that he was taking us over any DB on that field, even though we're just two small little white boys. Also, Coach Long gave me and Luke the nicknames of Ace and Gary, and it's been our nicknames from since then and now. If you don't know who Ace and Gary, just know they're really, really good friends.
I have the privilege of speaking about Coach Martinez. First and foremost, I wanted to say thank you for all the things that you've done and all the valuable things that you've taught us, all the way from receiver techniques and instilling in our brains that you still got it on the football field. You've been my coach since I first came to Dalton, and you were a running backs coach, and even while I was a receiver, he would always find a way to come over and teach me. And he got moved to receiver coach my sophomore year and was my full-time coach since then. So I really just can't get away from him a little bit. And even after that, he's now become the head track coach, so still have another full season of that with him. And I'm just glad that I got to come out to practice every day, and I know that even if it was going to be a hard day or hot day, whatever it may be at practice, I can know he can be there and count on him to be there with us. So thank you, Coach Martinez.
I got the privilege of talking about Coach Harris, running back coach. As y'all know, I usually show up unprepared, just like in the bonfire, and that happened again today, so I don't really got a script. But I want to let y'all know, Coach Harris, he's been probably a best friend to me for a good year now. And the most I spent him on the field and him texting me, talking to me during school and class, has definitely been some of the highlights of my high school career and just playing football alone. But I just want to say thank you for him, for checking me out of school. Mom and Dad just know it was him, not me, it was him. He checked me out of school. When I got in trouble for leaving to get Wendy's, it was him. He checked me out again, it wasn't me. I want to say thank you, Coach Harris, and I really appreciate what you've done for me for this last year. And I'm definitely going to be happy to come back, see you guys, see all y'all, the coaches, Coach Harris, and just watch y'all play on Friday nights.
I came to talk about Big Head over here, Coach Harris. I really appreciate what you do for me, and I feel like I wouldn't be who I am today without you. And I just want to say I love you, Coach.
So So I let Luke talk about Martinez. I didn't write anything down for him, but I think it's only fair if we both talk about him just because he is our coach and really just our best friend. But I wanted to share a quick little story about Coach Martinez. So one day it was just film, not practice, and I may have not set my alarm to get up for the film. And I get a text from Martinez. I didn't answer him. I didn't know what to say, so I slept through it. Anyways, I get to practice the next day, and he's like, "Where were you? Where were you?" And I was like, "Well, my gerbil fell in the toilet, and I had to pull back his hair so he wouldn't throw up on his hair." Guys, this guy believed me. And so, he was like, "Well, what's your gerbil's name?" I didn't know you had a gerbil. I was like, "Oh, he's Robbie. His name's Robbie. R.I.P. Robbie." But anyways, the next day, Martinez sees my mom in the halls, and I'm so sorry about Warner's gerbil. How is he doing? I kid you not, like 30 seconds later, I get a text from my mom, like, "We'll have a talk when we get home." But who in their right mind's gonna believe a 17-year-old kid that his gerbil fell into the toilet? Like, I was like, anyways, that kind of explains me and Coach Martinez and Luke's relationship. It was a loving, jokingly relationship. I know he says he has to get on to me, but I really have to get on to him. He sometimes he just says stuff and we just kind of nod our heads, all right. But we also came up with a nickname, me and Coach Thompson and Luke, Moody Martinez, because he's always so negative. But with all the receivers, we want to say we love you and thank you for making practice, easier, and having fun. Thank you, Martinez.
So at this point, we'll move into the 2022 highlights. So if you guys will move back, we'll drop the screen. We'll go through that.